thanking you for all you do for us, Lord, just each and every day. Thank you for allowing us to be here doing the work for our people. Pray that you just watch over us and keep our minds and mouths and everything right. Help us have a safe journey home. We love you and thank you for everything good, especially your son Jesus. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Roll call.
Yes, ma'am. Daryl Legg,
Here.
Melvina Shot Pouch,
On it.
Keith Austin,
Here.
Danny Callison,
Here.
Juliet Coates, Sean Crittenden,
Here.
Joe Deere,
Aye.
Mike Dobbins,
Here.
Rex Jordan,
Here.
Johnny Kidwell,
Here.
Wes Snowfire,
Aye.
Dora Petzkowski, Joshua Sam,
Here.
Mike Shambaugh,
Here.
E.O. Smith,
Here.
Kendessa Teehee, Victoria Vasquez. We have a quorum.
Right. Next, approval of minutes of December 13th, regular session. Second. All in favor? Say aye. Okay, we'll move down to the reports. Human Service Department, Jennifer Kirby.
Hi, I'm present. Good afternoon. You have our report. I just want to see if you have any questions on that report.
Anybody have any questions for Jennifer? I guess not. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Next is Department of Transportation Infrastructure, Michael Lynn.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, committee. Madam Chair, you do have a copy of our monthly reports, and I'd be glad to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions? Well, I guess move to roads issue. Any questions on that? Thank you, Michael. Don't look like there's any questions.
All right, thank you all. Have a great day.
Housing Services. Jerry?
Good afternoon, everyone. Just wanted to let you all know that college housing applications are currently open. The deadline is this Friday, January 14th. So if you have anyone that needs applications to get those in by Friday. Other than that, you have my report. Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah, question.
Joe?
Hey, Jerry, I got a question. I had a person ask me, they live at large, and I guess this house, Cherokee Nation built it for them a while back, but they've still got about 8 years left on it. And they wanted to know, because they called the housing rehab, and they said they were not eligible because they were not in Cherokee Nation, but it was built by Cherokee Nation when they were building, I guess, at some point in time. What do you suggest they do?
So if they're outside of the reservation boundaries, we don't have anything that could help them as far as housing rehab goes.
Even though Cherokee Nation built the house and they're paying Cherokee Nation?
They're still paying on it.
Yes,
If they're still paying on it and it's through the house, is it through the housing authority?
yes.
Then they need to contact their housing counselor to see what options they have, whether they have MIPA or whether we could do an emergency work order. But anyone who is still under managed housing is not eligible for housing rehab because they don't own those houses. Those belong to the housing authority.
Okay. All right, I will instruct them otherwise. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chair.
Anyone else?
Hey, Jerry. I had a citizen, I think that, and I'll email with you to confirm how we could work this through. But I believe one of the spouses, which was the Cherokee citizen, was buying a home and they passed away. There is Cherokee children living in the house, but the living spouse was not Cherokee. How do they go about purchasing that house or continuing on with that purchase agreement with Cherokee Nation on that housing authority contract?
So it really depends on which program they're on. Every one of our housing homeownership programs have different policies when it comes to a non-Cherokee spouse. Some of them have, it depends on if the spouse is native, if they're another tribe, or if they're non-Indian. So really, to be specific, I'd need to know who it is, and we can email back and forth, and we can go
Okay.
specifics for them. But all of our housing contracts have a life tenancy agreement in there for spouses who are non-eligible. So we're not gonna kick a spouse out just
Okay.
because they're not eligible, but they may not have any rights to the unit. The rights to the unit may fall to the children, but we're not gonna kick anyone out.
I think the concern they'd paid on something like 20 years, but then they were going to be ineligible to purchase the remaining year of the contract, which would have been just a few $1,000s. And here, I guess, would we receive that house back if they're ineligible to purchase it?
No, they would have options. They could, we could look at a lot of it will depend on who the successor is. So
Okay.
they could have named a successor too. So if the non-eligible spouse doesn't want it, then we can look to the successor about purchasing, at that time, or them assuming it, so it stays in the family.
Okay, perfect. My questions are probably a little bit more specific for than hearing everybody else, and I will get that email to you and appreciate you answering the question I had for you today. Appreciate it.
Leo?
I just wanted to talk about, I was impressed the way you got out and helped everybody. We called in on the frozen water lines. I was impressed you was able to find so many plumbers and get those people that were completely froze up. And they were all elders. I just want to thank you. You did a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Anyone else have any questions? Thank you, Jerry. I think there are no more questions.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Next, Veterans Center, Barbara Foreman.
Good afternoon. Barbara turned it over to me today, so good to see you all. We mailed in our report. You should have a copy of it. Hopefully, if you've got any questions, hopefully I can answer them.
Okay, any questions for Joe? Well, Joe, thank you. Don't look like there's any questions.
Well, I guess that's a good thing. I'll take it that way. Hope you all stay safe and have a great meeting, and thank you for the work you do.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Old business, none pending. New business, none pending. Announcement, next meeting, Monday, February 14th at 4. Need a motion? Second. All in favor? Aye. Adjourn.